Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community in 7 Questions with Emmy.
Hey guys, welcome back to 7 Questions with Emmy. Today I'm excited to be chatting with Adassa. You might recognize her beautiful voice as she played Dolores Madrigal in Encanto. She's been singing for decades and I'm happy she's here to talk with me today.
I'm happy to be here with you and excited to share a little Disney magic with all of you.
I'm so excited. Question number 1. While you were doing the movie Encanto, did you think it would be such a huge hit?
I did to an extent. I knew it was going to be big because anything Disney does is big and it's magical. I fell in love with all Disney films when I was little, and the one that made me want to be a singer to start was The Little Mermaid. When I heard A Whole New World as well, I was like, oh my goodness. But the song that did was, when I heard her sing, and especially Jodie Benson, oh my goodness, her voice for The Little Mermaid was amazing. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Your voice is amazing too.
Oh, thank you. But to be a part of these amazing singers and amazing track record that Disney has and an amazing legacy really is such a privilege. And I thought this would be big, but never the sheer impact that it's had around the world for so many people to feel identified with this film and gravitate towards the characters the way they have.
Can I honestly say my favorite part is when Dolores goes, I try to do it, I can't do it.
Well, you did really good just now. You did it very well.
Well, you do it better than me because you're the original Delores, but...
It was so much fun with the directors, Byron Howard and Jared Bush, and I was with, I think Yvette Marino was there, one of the producers, and we were trying to find something distinctive for Dolores, and they were like, well, why don't we try a few sounds? And I was doing things, and then all of a sudden they were like, how about a squeak? And so I started squeaking into the microphone, this and then they kind of took on the personality of their own. So depending on what Dolores is saying, like when she goes, oh, Mirabel, she didn't get one.
Yeah.
You know, and then we did different types of lines like that one. And then we tried it. And then the final one that made it into the film was, oh, Mirabel didn't get one. That was the final line.
Yeah. Especially because you have to whisper for your character because it's loud to talk when you're Dolores and you can hear everything.
Exactly. Everything she says is very intimate. The only one worried about the magic is you and the rats talking in the walls. Oh, and Luisa, I heard her eye twitching all night. It's so good.
You play Dolores in the movie, but who are you most like in real life in Encanto?
I think I am mostly like Dolores and a little like Luisa because I have 7 kids. It's a hard juggle sometimes with everything that I need to get done in a day. Sometimes I can feel that pressure like a drip, drip, drip that'll never stop. Oh, so sometimes it feels that pressure, but I kind of keep my ear to the ground to everything and know everything. And sometimes my kids are like, how do you know that? I'm like, I heard it all. So I really identify a lot with Dolores. She's very sweet and compassionate, and she wants to be there for her family. And sometimes I think in some fandom pages, they were like, maybe she's the villain, but she's not. If she wanted to be the villain, she would have been doing it a long time ago. Imagine having her gifts since she was 5. She could literally get anybody on anything because she knew all the secrets.
Yeah, but sometimes she probably was a little mad at Isabella. Like, she gave her the side eye when she said, he wants 5 babies, because she was mad that Mariano was Isabella's.
Yes. Well, I mean, how not? You know, because even at the end of the movie, when you hear the song All of Me, you can hear her say, you talk so loud, you take care of your mother and you make her proud. Write your own poetry every night when you go to sleep, and I'm seizing the moment, so would you wake up and notice me? She knew the whole time what he was writing, what he was thinking, and you know, all of his thoughts were on that paper, and she wouldn't say anything. But of course, she had to be respectful to Isabella, so she couldn't step over that line. But as soon as he was free, she was like, okay, I'll take it from here. Goodbye.
Yeah. And like I love the character Dolores, and it's amazing having you play her. But in the movie, she boots out Mirabel. So sometimes she can be a little bit mean, but not really.
She's pushy. She's pushy. Plus, that was her moment. She wasn't going to shy away from her moment. And then she also sometimes adds a little too much information. I mean, she never lies. She always tells the truth. Like, when the town kids were asking about her gift, or when the magic. Now, that's when she had to say something because it had to do with the family. Exactly. The magic was falling apart. The vision had finally come out and everybody knew, and she couldn't keep that secret in.
She's like, I
know. Exactly.
And I just found out a couple of weeks ago that she says, and I'm fine, and then we don't talk about Bruno. But doesn't sound like she's fine if she says it 4 times.
Exactly. And I'm fine, and I'm fine, and I'm fine, fine. She's so not fine.
When you were my age, did you ever think that you would be a singer and an actress?
I always wanted to be a singer. I never thought I would be an actress. I always was very silly and very comedic, but now I know that translates into acting exactly, because you have to be very loose and very animated and have a lot of fun and not have yourself in your head. Is this coming out perfect? Am I doing this right? But ever since I was about 3-4 years old is when I started singing with my mother, and I was very, very little. And then by the time I was 6, I knew that I wanted to be a singer, and I started singing in the church with my mom, gospel music, and little by little I started falling in love with being on stage, and that's what I wanted to do. And so I was in show choir in school, in chorus, and everything that could possibly get me on a stage. But when I was 9 and The Little Mermaid came out in 1989 and I heard Jodie Benson sing Part of That World, I knew that was it. That was what I wanted to do. And not just sing, but I wanted to do something with Disney. Now, I thought I was going to end up being like an extra in Disney, or giving maps and be like, hi, welcome to Disney, But I never thought I would actually be in a Disney film in my life. And then being part of this amazing movie where so many characters that are so real that we can relate to. They're, somebody in our family is the Bruno that nobody wants to talk about, or the pretty Isabella that has to be so perfect, or sometimes like the Julieta, the mom that is always taking care of all the kids, And I love that about this film, but I never in a million years thought I would be in a Disney film.
Your Vocal Point video has millions and millions of views. How much time did it take you to record it, and was it fun?
I had an amazing time. I had a blast, and it was so much fun. And we were only recording for 2 days. So the first day we were recording, it was actually going through all of the steps. So I worked with a choreographer, and that's the first time I met Vocal Point, which had been practicing along with the One Voice Children's Choir for about 2 weeks. And so I was like, okay, I have 1 day of practice, and then we were shooting the second day. And it was so much fun. Everybody was so sweet. The choreographer was amazing. The whole setup was lovely. And so I went in there, and it was 5, 6, 7, 8, and go. And then the next day we were recording from I think about 8, 9 in the morning up until 5, 6 in the afternoon. So it was 1 full day of shooting and 1 day of practice. That's all I got.
Was that your little kid in the back saying, "Mommy,
yeah,
Mommy"?
That's my baby. I'm gonna bring her in real quick and let me introduce you to her.
Okay.
This is Mimi.
Hi.
So this is one of 7. This is the youngest one. She's 2. Say hi, Mimi. And she's got something in her nose. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Hello? My husband and I, the eldest one is 27, and then the youngest is 2. And so we have kids on. And actually, my 8-year-old, now 9, when she was 8, she was cast in the film as well. She is one of the town kids running around and in the film of Encanto. So her name comes out in the credits, Alyssa Bella.
Who is she? What does she say? Is she
Oh, she's she's the one that goes, she was about to tell us about her super awesome kid. Oh. Yeah, so she's running around with the kids.
How did you get the job of Delores?
That was such a fun experience. I didn't even know that they were casting the film. I knew there was going to be a Colombian-inspired Disney movie coming out. At first, they were thinking about Brazil. And so I was really excited for this possibility, but I never thought they would get a hold of me because I didn't even have an agent. They got a hold of me through my YouTube page. I had put out a song called Porque No Yo, where I was testing out a new sound in my voice, like very like intimate. Háblame claro, dime por qué acabó. Lo de nosotros fue más de una noche de simple pasión. And that turned into grew to live in fear, Bruno stuttering and stumbling. Assume started muttering and mumbling. I associated with the sound of falling sand. Shh, shh, shh. It's a heavy lift that the gift so humbling. Always let the abuela and the family fumbling, grappling with prophecies they couldn't understand. Do you understand?
That sounds like the same.
Yes. And so I was testing that out, and through my YouTube channel, they got a hold of me. And it wasn't like the video had a lot of views. It probably had like 300 views because my husband and I had already kind of retired from doing on stage stuff. We were just focused on our label for film and television, Sky Urbano. And we just do it for fun, and we put it up. And so they got a hold of us, sent us an email and asked if I would like to audition. And I said, yes. And then I didn't know for what. Once I got the call back, I understood that it was for Dolores and it was for the film Encanto. And I was so happy.
Was there a lot of people auditioning or just a couple of people?
I know that usually in an audition for a Disney film, they could have upwards of like 200 people per role. I'm not really sure how many auditioned for Dolores, but I'm very grateful and fortunate that I got the role because I knew how it was like a 1 in a million shot, for me. Well, I guess 1 in 200 once you get called to do it. But there are so many talented individuals and so many incredible talents that are Colombian, Afro-Latino people that have such great voices and can act. And so I knew that at least I had the opportunity for them to hear my name and hear my parents' story, because that what was so important to me is for them to hear about my father and my mother and my grandfather and my grandmother and how I come from a long lines of Colombians, and we've been Colombians since forever. And to hear their struggles and to hear what they went through for us to have the life that we have, because everything that I am today, I owe it to my parents. And then I was like, okay, that was it. That was the callback. This is as high as it gets. And when I got my call that I actually got the part, it was Jamie Sparrow Roberts herself, the casting director, that called me and told me that I got the part, which was a joyous day for me.
What's the next major project you're working on? If you're not allowed to tell me, that's okay. But
You are a great interviewer, let me tell you. You have a definite future in acting and all things stage. Right now I'm working on a couple of amazing projects. I'm on tour, so I am getting ready to go to the next city that I'm going to, which is going to be in Huntsville, Alabama. I'll be this weekend. I will be doing a Comic-Con there, and then from here I go to West Virginia. I'm going to LA, and then the tour continues. I'm going to Canada. I'll be there the second week of June. I'll be in Miami for the Colombian Festival on the 16th and 17th of July, and also in Daytona Soccer Fest as well. So I have many, many tour dates, and I'm so excited to see people everywhere around the world and be able to share a little Disney magic, a little Encanto with all of them.
will you come to Idaho and tour?
I would love to go to Idaho because I've heard they have like the best potatoes.
That's about a follow-up question. I am about to ask you a potato question. So why don't I just ask you, and we can just, yeah. Have you ever been to Idaho and tried our famous potatoes?
I have not. I've not gone to Idaho. My husband's brother, he lives in Idaho and tells me about how amazing those potatoes are, but I have not personally tasted them yet. I hope that if I get an invitation to go to Idaho, I will be able to stuff my face with some delicious Idaho potatoes.
You just got an invitation from me then.
Yay!
Come stay at our house.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'll probably come with at least a +1, right?
Yeah. You can bring all of your kids.
Oh my goodness, that would be one loud house. That would be wonderful. Lots of playing.
10 kids in the house. Now it's time for some bonus questions. Are you ready, Adassa?
I am so ready. Are you ready, Mimi? I think she's ready for a nap too.
What's something nobody knows about you that would surprise us?
Something nobody knows in the public. My second toe is bigger than my first. It is.
Wait, like your second big toe?
Yeah, it's longer than my first. So the first one, that looks like and then the next one sticks up a little further out. So it's a little taller than my first toe. Yep.
Mine is 2, I think.
So like if you put it down on the floor, you see it. It's just a little longer than the first.
Yeah, mine is 2.
There you go. We're toe buddies.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself, weird to say, but exactly where I am. I am so happy where I am. If I get to do more things, it doesn't change the happiness and joy that I have right now with all of my kids and in my home. It just gives me an opportunity to reach more people and engage like I am with you right now. And I'm having a great time with you. So I think that if I get 10 more years of being able to enjoy moments with people that I don't know and be able to become friends with them and share the joy of Disney and just hear their stories and be able to sympathize with them and spend that time smiling for a bit, it'll make my life happy. But I don't see myself in any other place that is better or filled with more joy than I am now. I guess I live in every moment. So if my life changes, that would be great, but I wouldn't necessarily want something more than I already have because I'm very happy.
You performed on American Idol a few days ago. How was it?
I am over the moon. It was amazing being on that stage. Those singers are incredible. Meeting them in person, having that live crowd, and then sharing the stage with these amazing talents. I still can't believe it. Like I'm still pinching myself that we Don't Talk About Bruno together with these amazing, amazing singers.
So what is the best piece of advice someone has given you that you can share with me?
The best piece of advice is to not take everything so seriously. And that was given to me by an incredible singer called Olga Tañón, which is in the merengue field for Latinos. And she was so insightful. It was a moment when I was in an award show and I was feeling overwhelmed because the securities weren't letting me backstage. And I was feeling so like, oh my goodness, everything that I'm doing doesn't matter. And I'm trying so hard. And she saw me that I was like breaking inside and like I was about to cry. And she gave me the best pep talk ever. And she made me understand that if I take things so seriously, then all of the judgments of people and anything they think will always make my decisions for me instead of making the decisions of what music I'm doing or how I want to be perceived, to be in my own control. And so even my music changed throughout the years because when I noticed the power of music and how it influences kids and the kind of impact that I wanted to make, it changed everything for me and the decisions I made. And so from what I wear to what I sing about, and it has changed because now I have a purpose that is greater than just making money. It is about really saying and enjoying that with other people.
Can we sing together?
Absolutely.
What do you want to sing?
Whatever you'd like to sing.
I don't care, honestly.
All right. Give me one.
Hey, it's a heavy lift with gifts so humbling. I was well and the family fumbling, grappling probably could. I've not got the words right.
So good. We were almost through it right now. It was beautiful. Good 11 fair, Bruno stuttering or stumbling. I can always hear him.
Sort of muttering, mumbling. I was saying with sound of sand. It's a heavy lift with gifts so humbling.
Always a family fumbling.
Grappling probably
They couldn't understand.
Do you understand?
Good job.
I have to sing 16 bars, so I'm going to sing that for my audition.
Oh, that's lovely. You know what? Another one would be very good if you needed to show range. Waiting on a miracle, because I am ready. Come on, I'm ready. I've been patient and steadfast and steady. Bless me now as you blessed us all those years ago when you gave us a miracle. There you go. So if you want to do 16 bars and show your range, I would say take the 16 from Waiting on a Miracle. If you wanted to show your more intimate side, then you could do that like Dolores rap. So it shows a little bit of range.
Thank you so much for talking with me today, Adassa.
Thank you. And this one sometimes makes her debut in the in the interviews, but that's how we do it when we're doing live stuff. So thank you, Emmy.
Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community, and 7 questions with Emmy.